Here's your latest African news. South Africa. South Africa's ANC gets 46% of vote in municipal elections, final count. South Africa's governing African National Congress looked almost certain to get less than 50% of an election vote for the first time since it ended white minority rule in 1994. With 3/4 of the results in from Monday's municipal ballot, on Wednesday the party was at 46%, down from 54% in corresponding elections in 2016, previously its worst results. The ANC's biggest rival, the Democratic Alliance, stood second on 22%, and the Marxist Economic Freedom Fighters third with 10%. Monday's elections had been widely viewed as a referendum on the ANC, tainted by corruption and facing a backlash over poor stewardship of an ailing economy and on its uninterrupted 27 years in charge of Africa's most industrialized nation. Malawi. Malawi's first MP with albinism sworn in. An albino activist was sworn into Malawi's parliament on Thursday, a first in a country where people with albinism have suffered discriminations and killings. Overstone Kondoe won a by-election last month in central Malawi, a milestone after years of victimization. Malawi has suffered a wave of assaults against albinos from late 2014. At the height of the attacks in 2016, Kondoe founded the Association of People with Albinism in Malawi to push the government to take action. Amnesty International says more than 20 albinos have been killed in Malawi since 2014. In the last 4 months, Amnesty said 7 attacks against albinos have been recorded, ranging from killings, tampering of graves, attempted abductions, and physical violence. As in other countries in the region, albinos' body parts are used in rituals to bring wealth and luck. President Lazarus Chakwera has named Kondoe as his special advisor on people with disability. Kondoe is also the current chairperson of the African Union for Persons with Albinism. Sudan. Sudanese army announces a new government. The Sudanese army announced on Thursday the formation of a new government 10 days after the coup d'etat of General Abdallah Fattah al-Burhan. Mr. Burhan, who led the country since 2019, dissolved the government on October 25th, arrested civilian leaders, and declared a state of emergency in the country. After the coup, Sudanese citizens took to the streets in mass demonstrations that were suppressed by security forces, leaving at least 12 people dead and hundreds injured, according to a committee of pro-democracy doctors. On Sunday, the deposed Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok, who has been under house arrest since the coup, called for his government to be reinstated. Diplomatic businessmen, academics, and journalists are trying to mediate, but so far without much success. Gambia. Gambia's president declares his bid for December elections. The Gambia's president Adama Barrow on Thursday declared his candidacy for the December 4th presidential poll, with campaigning in the hotly contested elections set to begin next week. Thousands of supporters lined the streets in the capital Banjul as Barrow formally submitted his candidacy to the electoral body in the tiny West African nation. The December 4th elections will be the first since the departure of former leader Yahya Jammeh and is viewed as a key test of the country's democratic transition. Jammeh seized power in the Gambia in 1994 as part of a bloodless military coup. He was then repeatedly elected in disputed circumstances until he was defeated in December 2016 by Barrow, who was then a relative unknown. 19 candidates have registered presidential bids so far, which the Electoral Commission must still approve. The campaign season formally begins on November 9th. Nigeria. MTN to sell shares in the Nigeria unit by a public offer. The MTN Group Limited will begin book building this month for a public offer to sell up to 575 million shares in its Nigeria business, South Africa's biggest telecoms operator said on Thursday, as it reported higher third-quarter revenue and core profits. The company, which has been exiting or reducing its stake in some areas including its Ugandan and Zambian units, said the separation of fintech and fiber assets was on track. MTN, which along with Vodacom Group Limited controls more than 70% of the South African mobile market in terms of subscribers, said this month's book building exercise will target institutional investors before a fixed price was announced for retail investors. Shares of MTN Nigeria, which traded flat on Thursday at 191 naira, fell to the listing price of 90 naira in March 2020. Hammered by lockdowns to slow the spread of coronavirus, MTN's core profit jumped 24.1% in the 3 months to September on robust demand Sudan for data and digital finance services. It added 0.2 million subscribers during the quarter, taking the total to 271.9 million. Thanks for watching. Visit our YouTube channel Tunacheki to watch our daily news reports and our website tunacheki.tv for all the latest news updates. Also, don't forget to catch our new show Startup Africa every Thursday on our channel. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member or becoming a Patreon. And remember, Africa is watching.